In this video, we're going to show you how to hit a rutted corner. Hey, I'm Tyler Livesey. We're here at the MX Factory. Today we're going to learn how to hit a rutted turn in 3 steps. 1 is going to be your entry, 2 will be your setup, and 3 will be leaving the turn smoothly and safely down the next straightaway. Make sure you stick around to the end with the homework. I've got 2 really helpful things that you need to think about that'll help you get through these turns well. So step 1 is going to be coming into the turn. Basically you're braking and understanding that. The big key here is knees in the middle of the bike, and then once you go from acceleration into deceleration and braking, you want to make sure that your body weight transitions back and gets back behind the force pulling you forward. The faster you go, the more you'll need to move back and the more balanced it'll actually feel. You just have to go and work on it on small straightaways, gassing forward, braking back.
Oh my gosh!
Oh! It just got real.
Key to your footwork coming into the turn is going to be keeping your feet tight into the bike, pointed straight forward, and then when you go into braking, you go here, you move back, toes into braking. When you're ready to set up to sit down, you come back to the peg and or put your leg out. Here's step 2, and maybe the most important of the 3, it's going to be your setup. The important part here is reading your rut and kind of understanding when to sit, but I'm just going to, in this video, show you guys a general time and area where to sit. So you're braking back here, and the big piece is to move far enough forward and plant yourself with the leg out and tied up to the shroud. Far enough on the seat where there's not much room in front of your hoo-ha. Have to lean the bike to get it to steer and to get it to turn. The more you lean, the tighter the bike's going to turn. Biggest piece with your lean is to making sure the throttle happens at the same time. So when you're tied up against the shroud, you're set up neutral with your upper body. When you lean, the throttle has to be connected to the amount you're leaning. So if you lean heavy,
I'm not fat, I'm big boned.
you know you're going to need quite a bit of throttle to keep you upright and off the ground. The most common mistakes that we see is that people won't commit to their lean. Right? If you don't commit to your lean, your front end rides up off the top of the berm or rut or whatever it is, and you go over it, sometimes fall, but definitely make a big mistake. By the time you get to the middle of the turn, you need to think about leaning over the bars and getting your head over this part of the bike. That way you can charge out and keep the front end attached to the earth. Step 3, you're coming through the middle of the turn to the exit. The big thing you want to think about here is legs up tight to the bike, and then as you power, just the balance I talked about before with braking back, you want to lean into the power with your upper body. That way you're moving with the bike. And as quickly as you can get your foot back to the peg coming out of the turn is better. We usually have bumps, whatever jumps. Tons of stuff to maneuver around, so the quicker you're back to the peg and back up on your feet, the better. So we talked about some homework earlier in the video, and I want to catch you guys up to speed on what we do here, some drill work. What I want you to do when you go to your track is just consciously think about some of these steps. So spend 30 minutes or an hour if you have the time just riding the track, keeping your leg up off the ground and way up off the ground in the turns. Another thing that'll help, spend another 30 minutes or an hour, whatever time you have, on making sure that your smooth delivery or your smooth throttle through the turns, meaning you don't chop the throttle in the middle of the turn. Once you commit to your throttle, it stays on all the way around. What you'll find there is that the bike plants to the earth and you don't get a lot of that washiness. Leave some comments on how that's working out for you, and we'll keep designing some homework for you guys. If you subscribe, we love you for that. If you don't, we love you anyway. See you next time.